The village inside an active volcano. Aogashima, Japan. Imagine waking up every morning inside an active volcano. Not next to one, not near one, inside one. You step outside your front door and find yourself surrounded by towering volcanic walls. The ground beneath your feet was formed by eruptions. Steam rises from vents hidden in the earth. Where is Aogashima? Aogashima is one of the Izu Islands, a chain of volcanic islands stretching south from mainland Japan. On a map, it looks insignificant, just a tiny dot in the Pacific Ocean. The island is only about 2 miles wide. Fewer than 200 people live there. Yet despite its small size, Aogashima contains one of the most extraordinary landscapes on Earth. From the air, the island appears almost perfectly circular. Massive cliffs rise straight out of the ocean. The coastline is rugged and unforgiving. There are no sandy beaches, no sprawling cities, no airports, just steep volcanic walls surrounded by endless ocean. But the real surprise is hidden in the middle. At the center of the island sits another volcano, a smaller cone inside a larger crater. It's essentially a volcano within a volcano, and people live right beside it, the island that destroyed itself. The most incredible part of Aogashima's story is that the island almost wiped itself off the map. In the late 1700s, the volcano erupted violently. Massive explosions shook the island. Lava flowed across the landscape. Entire villages were destroyed. Many residents lost their lives. The survivors were forced to flee. For years, the island sat largely abandoned. Most people assumed no one would ever return. After all, who would choose to live on an island that had nearly destroyed itself? But eventually, some former residents came back. They rebuilt, they started over, and generation after generation, people continued living there. Today, the descendants of those families still call Aogashima home. It's a remarkable example of human resilience. Most people run from danger. The people of Aogashima rebuilt inside it. The day the island evacuated. The eruption that devastated Aogashima wasn't just a geological event. It was a human tragedy. Historical records describe earthquakes shaking the island for months before the major eruption. The ground trembled. Steam escaped from new cracks. Residents knew something was wrong, but they had nowhere else to go. Then came the eruption. Ash filled the sky. Explosions echoed across the island. Lava poured down volcanic slopes. Entire settlements were destroyed. Many residents escaped by boat. Others were not as fortunate. For years afterward, Aogashima remained largely abandoned. Nature reclaimed roads, fields, and homes. The volcano had won, or so it seemed. Yet despite everything, people eventually returned. They rebuilt houses, replanted crops, re-established the community. It's difficult to imagine making that choice. Most people would never return to a place that had nearly killed them. But the people of Aogashima saw the island differently. They didn't see destruction. They saw home. Aogashima is famous because of its unusual shape. Most volcanic islands have a single crater. Aogashima has something far stranger. At some point in the distant past, a massive volcanic eruption caused part of the original volcano to collapse. The result was a huge outer crater. Later, new volcanic activity formed another cone in the middle. This created what geologists call a double caldera, a volcano inside a volcano. Only a handful of places on Earth look like this. From above, the island resembles a giant bowl. The outer walls rise dramatically around the edge. In the center sits the smaller volcanic cone, and around that cone are roads, buildings, farms, and homes. The geography is so unusual that many first-time visitors assume the images must be fake, but they're real, and that's what makes Aogashima so fascinating. What life is like on the island. Life on Aogashima is very different from life in most of Japan. There are no convenience stores on every corner, no train stations, no traffic jams, no shopping malls. The island is remote, very remote. Supplies arrive by ship or helicopter. Bad weather can delay deliveries for days. If the ocean becomes too rough, boats can't dock. Residents learn to be self-sufficient. Many people grow vegetables, others fish. The community is small enough that nearly everyone knows everyone else. Children attend a tiny local school. Neighbors help one another. Life moves at a slower pace. For many residents, that's exactly why they stay. The power of the volcano. One of the most surprising things about Aogashima is how residents use the volcano itself. Beneath the surface, geothermal energy is constantly heating the ground. Steam escapes through vents in certain areas. Locals have learned to take advantage of this natural heat. Some use it for cooking. Special geothermal cooking pits allow food to be steamed using heat from the earth. Imagine preparing dinner using energy generated by an active volcano. The island even uses geothermal power to help support parts of its infrastructure. What could be seen as a danger has become a valuable resource. Instead of fighting nature, the people of Aogashima have learned to work with it. What if the volcano erupts again? This is the question every visitor eventually asks. The volcano is still considered active, so why stay? The truth is that predicting volcanic eruptions has become much more advanced than it was centuries ago. Scientists continuously monitor seismic activity throughout Japan. Instruments can detect changes deep underground. If warning signs appear, authorities would have time to evacuate residents. That doesn't eliminate the risk, but it does make life on the island safer than many people imagine. The residents understand the danger. They simply choose to accept it. After all, people around the world live near earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods. For the people of Aogashima, the volcano is just another part of life. One of the most isolated communities in Japan. Getting to Aogashima isn't easy. There is no airport. Most visitors arrive by helicopter from a neighboring island. Others travel by boat. Even then, rough seas can make access difficult. The island's isolation has helped preserve its unique character. Tourism exists, but not on a massive scale. There are no giant resorts, no crowds, no cruise ships unloading thousands of passengers. What visitors find instead is something increasingly rare in the modern world. A place that still feels undiscovered. A place where nature dominates the landscape. A place where people live on nature's terms, rather than the other way around. A community of less than 200 people. One of the most unusual aspects of Aogashima isn't the volcano, it's the people. Fewer than 200 residents live on the island today. That's smaller than many apartment buildings. In a community this small, everyone knows everyone. Neighbors recognize each other's vehicles. Children grow up surrounded by familiar faces. Local events often involve a significant portion of the population. Life becomes deeply connected. In large cities, people can go years without knowing the person next door. On Aogashima, that's almost impossible. The island's isolation has created a strong sense of community. Residents rely on one another, especially when storms delay supplies or rough seas cut off transportation. Living on a volcanic island requires independence, but it also requires cooperation. And perhaps that's one reason Aogashima continues to survive. Not because of technology, not because of infrastructure, but because the people who live there work together. The view from above. Perhaps the most breathtaking moment comes when you see Aogashima from the air. The Pacific Ocean stretches endlessly in every direction. Then the island appears, a perfect green circle rising from the sea, towering cliffs, dense forests, a giant crater, a second volcano in the middle, tiny houses scattered throughout the landscape. It's one of those rare places that looks impossible even when you're staring directly at it. The view alone explains why photographs of Aogashima have gone viral countless times. Few places on Earth look so strange or so beautiful. Our planet is filled with extraordinary places. Towns where it never seems to stop raining. Villages buried beneath snow and ice. Lakes where lightning fills the sky. And islands where people live inside active volcanoes. Aogashima is one of those places. A community built inside one of nature's most powerful creations. A place shaped by fire, isolation, and resilience. The next time you think your neighborhood is unusual, remember this. Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, a small group of people wake up every morning inside an active volcano. And for them, it's just home. Welcome to Aogashima, the village inside a volcano.